Anindita Sinha. As I said, I head the corporate communication for L&T Metro Rail Hyderabad Limited. Fortunately, I have a professional journey of more than 3 decades now, working in public sector undertakings like Airports Authority of India to global conglomerates like GMR Group, GVK Group, and of course now L&T Group. And I also have the experience of working in 3 major airports and cities, I would say. I started my career with Airports Authority of India in Kolkata Airport. And then it was in 1993. Of course, before that, when I was in my college, I worked in a travel agency as a business development officer in Yatri Travels. And I'm very passionate about it because it was the first platform from which I earned some money, and it meant a lot when I was in college. I started my serious career in 1993 with Airports Authority of India. I worked with airport operations initially, and airport operations is extremely, it demands perfection, precision. So whatever you see about an airport, full of glamour, but a lot of hard work and perfection and precision go behind it every day. So from 1993 to 1999, I worked with Mumbai Airport. I'm so sorry, with Kolkata Airport. And 93, I was transferred to Mumbai Airport. And Mumbai Airport being one of the most vibrant and in action airport, it gave me a lot of learning experience. And I was working with Airports Authority of India for Mumbai Airport from 93 to 2006. So in 2006, the airport privatizations started happening, and GVK Group took over Mumbai Airport. And that is the time when I resigned from Airports Authority of India and joined this private entity GVK Group, who took the mandate of running Mumbai Airport. Later on, I also became the spokesperson for Mumbai Airport, handling many crises, unique, each one unique in itself, which honestly I think groomed me as a professional. From 2006 to 2011, I continued working with GVK Group in Mumbai Airport, and in 2011 I moved to GMR Group, again a very big conglomerate in itself, and I was heading the corporate communication for Hyderabad Airport under GMR Group. So again, Hyderabad Airport, I was heading the corporate communication for the airport and all its ancillary businesses, and again a lot of learning experience, which made me into an experienced professional, I would say. On all the verticals of corporate communication, from media relations to branding and communication. I introduced the social media for the airport. It wasn't there. Then, of course, internal communication and employee engagement activities, revenue generation, then your network and advocacy. So each and every vertical under corporate communication, I used to handle as the head for Mumbai Hyderabad Airport. Then I continued from 2011 to 2018 with GMR Group, and then 2018 I joined my present company, L&T Group. Again, a huge international brand in itself. We all know about L&T, and I'm presently heading the corporate communication here as well, managing again all the verticals which come under corporate communication, the subject corporate communication. So operations is one subject where I started with, and then I moved to corporate communication. Now, fortunately, both the areas are very unique in itself, of course, but then they are very vibrant and very new in nature for every work what we do in it under it. Now, operation very challenging. As I said, that you have to be extremely thorough, and there is a zero error expectation from every airport employee, because that itself is was a learning experience for me. The entire airport operations experience, to which groomed me as a very perfectionist, a professional with a perfectionist bent of mind. Another thing about operation was, you working at airport especially, was you need to interact with many stakeholders. So what happens is, when you interact with many stakeholders, you become an extrovert person, you become a go-getter, you develop the network and advocacy trait in you, and and also man management, because you become a people's person. It's a very public place, so you become a public person. So how to deal with internal stakeholders and external stakeholders, it teaches you in life. The corporate communication also now is a extremely energetic, vibrant, interesting subject, where if you have the bent of mind to be alert 24/7, learn something new, the hunger to do something new every second day, the zeal to be a go-getter, and the zeal to learn something, and be at be there in the business, or in your profession, or in your social life also, it is the right profession for you. Even if you're doing, even if suppose you're a media relation person, you need to draft a press release. Suppose hypothetically that is only your profession, only your job description, your JD in an office, that you will only draft press release. Even there is a newness, because the subject differs. So everything what you do in corporate communication about an event, all the events are different from each other. All the press releases are different from each other. What the content which goes for social media are different from each other. The employee engagement, internal communication, strategy which you develop is different from each other. Crisis communication, one of the most important thing in corporate communication, has a different way of handling altogether, and it's extremely challenging. If anything goes wrong, it can completely tarnish the image of that organization. So and if it is handled properly, you can sustain the good image of the organization. So corporate communication is again a very vibrant and dynamic field altogether. Another thing is network and advocacy. Because of the network and advocacy, what you tend to learn, because you need to regularly be in touch with your internal and external stakeholders. So you learn how to socially network and have the right connect, the right kind of people whom you need to connect to. In today's date, other than my profession also, I am associated with many industry bodies. We work very closely with government representatives also. Not only that, I am the chair for CII Telangana's Tourism and Culture Committee. I was the national co-chair for ASSOCHAM's Ease of Doing Business Committee. Then I'm the co-chair for Federation of Chamber and Commerce and Industries of Telangana's Infra Committee. Of course, IW and many other forums I'm related to. And what I'm just wanting to tell the audience is that this sort of work develops and grooms yourself not only as a professional but an individual also, because it is both are interlinked. It supplements and complements each other. Develop a well-groomed individual and a well-groomed professional, because these are all the learning experience which I had in my life over the last 30 plus years. And some other day I was listening to a TV interview, and the person said that This should be again 2020. We should not even think of 2021 and forgetting as if it as a very bad dream. Each and every sector impacted due to this pandemic. The economy of the country, why country, the world went for a toss. It is indeed a time where our humane self should come forward. Our, it's a trying time, I would say, for all of us. No one can say that it has been very good. Few things what we have learned is resilience. Of course, we need to work on that. We need to learn that, and we need to really see how best it can be mastered. Then one good thing is that all were irrespective of your political belief, your cultural belief, your religious belief, all agreed to agreed to certain things in life. How to be hygienic, how to be conscious, how to be patient. So this collective effervescence, which we call, really helped in some way for everyone, every administration, every government to fight towards this pandemic. Another thing which we learned from this lockdown and pandemic is self-sufficiency. Of course, we understood the importance of our domestic household people and also employees, to that matter, of any organization. We have learned this, that how important they are, but we have learned self-sufficiency also. So another thing what we have seen the trend is that people, they were like phoenix, rising up from the ashes and learn to move on. See, no point in brooding over what has happened. So people, it's very encouraging to see people that they just trying to get up on their knees and to move on in the best way possible. Technological advancement, yes, it really is working wonders. Then I think we will take some more time, definitely. It was very unexpected, unprecedented, so it will take some more time for every industry to recover or recuperate, if I can say. And the trend towards business, I can see is very a lot of innovation happening. How to get over the crisis and optimizing of resources, because we have seen that all the businesses have done so bad because they were completely, it was a shut shop situation. So they have had to, maybe some companies lay off people or go short in staff. It was really a very it was a nightmarish situation. But then what we are learning is the trend, what we are seeing is how to optimize the resource, how to innovate different revenue generation sources. These all happened maybe earlier also, but now with greater focus. I mean, government, or honestly, government is also in a very bad financial state, economic state. But even within that, the government, we have seen the trend, how they are introducing different initiatives, this Atmanirbhar Bharat, to be independent of being an independent individual and professional. People have start learning. So the trend is, I would say, towards the positives. Situation is definitely different from way back in 93 to 2021. Situation has changed, but unfortunately, some basic things are still there. Not taking women seriously, that women also can perform very difficult jobs. And it's not that only the soft skills are kept aside for the ladies. The team carves the path of success or anything good for its manager. You just need to be a very good team leader, always focusing on learning and development of your team and giving them enough scope to learn, enough scope to maybe falter and make mistakes, but learn from them, overcome from those. Now, when I joined, definitely I was not a women leader. I was not a leader, but then I had certain professional ethics in me. Uh, Whenever I was on duty, I always saw that I worked with utmost seriousness and sincerity. Sincerity is something which is very, very important in any professional. So the traits in you, the positive traits in you as an individual and as a professional, being righteous, being not compromising on your deliverable, giving your 100%, having the right attitude, and not giving your 100%, but the 100% which is required from you to perform for that particular job, the delivery of it. So with that, I think then the path towards success becomes more, I don't know whether it becomes a cakewalk, but then it becomes very seamless, and people start taking you seriously. For any professional, what happens is, if you build your brand, if you build your credibility, if you as a professional, so you are taken seriously. Now, whether it's a government job or a startup or a private sector job, really doesn't matter. Your part of it should be uh, presented in the best possible way. So be a brand to create a brand. I always say nowadays women are being considered as professionals more seriously. We are. It's said that we break the glass ceiling. So all those terms, terminologies, those phrases, idioms, all are there. But certain things have not still changed. Is that you still need to fight in this. It's still a male-dominated world for sure. One thing where I always believed and I always tell is, and people go wrong, is they always try to fight for priority. I say fight for equality. Another very important thing which I always believed and I practiced and I share with people, my personal belief is, when you are in a profession, whichever profession you are in, please consider yourself to be a professional. The moment you try to get something out because of you being a lady, you are going wrong there. You first develop yourself into a thorough professional, a very able professional, the perfect professional, and with all the attributes and traits which I mentioned. So if you are maintaining yourself as a professional, irrespective of your gender, you yourself is very inclusive, irrespective of gender, caste, community, any bias, then I think that it is not as difficult as it is, difficult to survive as they say it is. And I strongly feel that if you build your own space, create your own personal space in your profession, people do look up to you, and you really don't need to smash or break that glass ceiling, but others would come forward, and with due respect, they will help, they will facilitate in sliding that glass ceiling for you. You don't have to break, really. And empowerment, I think, whether you, for any lady, and be it, and I mention, I'm saying this not only for the young generation, for people who they are very happy to be homemakers also. They don't really aspire to be some professional. Whatever says, don't spoil your education, what you have, the time and the money you have spent and devoted. Make better use of it. And this pandemic really taught us how difficult situations can be, and how important it is to be independent. That's very, very important. So whatever, whether you need to do or not, you belong to a very affluent family, please be independent, financially independent. Please be professional even in your personal life. The professional approach is very important, and it works. As I always say that the best CEOs are the mothers of the house. The moms are the best CEOs. They are the best administrative head. They are the best facility head. They are the best human resource head. They are the best communication specialists. So it has an impact. Develop in yourself to be a more humane, broad-minded, well learned, I don't mean qualified, educated individual. Be empowered. And being empowered is financially and a very healthy mind and healthy body also. Another thing, be a little patient. We must all understand that adversities come anytime. This pandemic has taught us a lot. And for the young generation, you have to give time to yourself and time to your life. Don't react immediately that, oh, this is bad, my life is khatam here, life has ended here. Everything has ups and downs, okay, lows and highs. And that is the beauty of life. Whether it makes you very more or sad or happy, always try to look forward to something positive in mind, something positive at the end of the day. And you yourself will see that it is getting yourself, getting yourself going. Learn from everyone around you. You don't really have to have a mentor. You don't have to have motivators. Like, you don't have to have me speaking to you or teaching you something. You are your best motivator. I never had any mentors in life. I never had anyone to motivate in life. I am self-motivated. Self-motivation is the best thing to be happy and at peace with. Knowing your rights, and that again, proper education can give you, not qualification. You have to be self-aware. You have to know your rights. If you know your rights as a woman, as a citizen, all the rights, how many rights we know that the Constitution has given us, or the new changes in the laws are happening. If you know them, you'll find yourself more empowered, and that is all needed in today's day.